Man, bringing you another one.
And I wasn't gonna go live, man. I already had my mind made up. Just being all the way honest, I was kind of getting ready to go, kind of have some fun and kick it. But then I started listening. It just, killing some time. I started listening to Jerry and what he was saying. And in the first 10 minutes, I said, yeah, I gotta respond. And as I was listening, I already knew the perfect music for this. I really did. Like, yeah. It's that type of music. Yep. I started listening. I was like, oh my. Ooh. That boy Jerry. And I do understand too. I understand. Listen, man, he got to juggle this thing. Man. And he juggling. Ooh. I'm going to only talk about the first 10 minutes too, because it's an hour. And y'all know how I do. When I cut it up, I cut it up. So I'm going to have to go deep. But in the first 10, I was like, oh my God, Jerry, you are deep into the goofy. So I got you. Man, let me turn on I need to turn on first to be able to see y'all comments. Then I'm gonna get right into it, man. So as I'm doing this, let's get down to the making some money, because this is we getting down to the last of this campaign. This might be the last day I do this. So go for a head Muriel sleeping picks and win up to 100 times your money. Use promo code BCS. And Sleeper will match 100% up to your first deposit. All right. So hold on, I'm trying to make sure the stream working. Yeah, it's working. Everything looks good. So we gonna talk about this, and let me get to the other part to this. It says Sleeper Daily Fantasy Sports is a mobile-based daily fantasy sports platform where users create entries by predicting if players will achieve more or less than our projected statistical totals. Sleeper has launched a new team picks, and you can choose winners of each game. So let's just get right into it, man. I ain't gonna waste no time on this, bro. But I gotta get this music popping, man. It's the perfect music for this. Let's go.
Tag news today. Do you hope that that's a placeholder for a long-term deal?
Well, of course, it's the system in the NFL, and I did visit with George to let him know what we were going to do today. I told him how excited we are that he is going to have the future with the Cowboys. That he was very deserving because in and of itself it's a very significant that a boy relative to where we thought we would be 5 or 6 months ago. So, or however long that's been. But the bottom line is that it was a privilege to be able to, frankly, let him know that he was going to have certainly that kind of interest in us. I expressed to him how valuable a part of the team that we think he is, I think he is, the kind of contribution he can make. He'll continue to get better working with Dak and working with the other receivers. So we talked about the future. We both reiterated how good it was for him to be here, and know that what we have in place assures that he will be here.
So let's stop right there. So first, this is...
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
So, first things first. The first thing that he said is, what we have in place ensures that he's going to be here. I do want everybody to know that what they put in place is the opposite of what he said. It's the opposite. He said what they put in place ensures, listen, it's as simple as understanding what the non-exclusive tag is. It's the fact that Pickens get to talk to other teams. You have multiple tags. The two main tags is the exclusive, which historically that's what we do. We don't do non-exclusive tags. This might be the first time we've done it. Let me just ask ChatGPT. No, I'm gonna ask that in a second. But I'm just trying to help everybody know that I start seeing within the first 10 minutes, this is about Jerry trying to handle the sensitivity of the love that the fans have for Pickens. So he's doing, and I'm being all the way honest with y'all, he's doing some major fast talking. Let's keep going. Did y'all understand what I just said though? That the non-exclusive is the opposite of what he just said. It does not guarantee, it does the opposite. It makes it literally more likely that he could get away. Would any one of y'all, if you was committed to somebody, say, go out there and see what you can do? If you wanted an exclusive relationship, would you have an open relationship with somebody that you want exclusively? Yeah, man. So the lie detector test had determined that was a lie.
Oh, the lie detector determined that was a lie.
But I also understand why, though. I get it, because this is a business and he has to manage a business. So he don't want to do it the way the Mavericks did it, where they just ripped the Band-Aid off and you look up and then Luka is gone. That's going to create a whole real ugly negative relationship with the fans. So he's never going to just outright, he's too smart at running a business. So from a business standpoint, he can't just come out there and say, listen, we shopping him. Now, I wish he would. I really wish Jerry would just say it straight up. We're shopping him. It would be a good message. It would be a powerful message. It would, to me, tell everybody, listen, it don't matter how good you are. You can get shot by us. So you better have your A game every day. You better not be late. Everything that you do can be used against you when it's trade time. We shop every one of y'all every offseason. I wish he was like that. He would get better play out of his players, because they would know, shit, they run a tight ship here. But he running it like a business. So when you running it like a business and you see, and you can read the polls, you can read the Twitters and the trends, there's nobody right now more popular than Pickens. But I'm also say that it's shifting. It's shifting, because guess what? Once fans realize that you can get 2 first-round picks for Pickens, guess what Cowboy fans starting to do right now? They're starting to turn on them already. Once they figure out. See, it was amazing 2 weeks ago when Lou and I was like, hey, bro, every player should be shot every year. Oh, yeah, I would definitely take some trade talks. Then you had these people coming out there and they was, pandering. It was a lot of people pandering. You know what I'm saying? Self-righteous pandering. There is no trade that I would even ever entertain for a talent like Pickens. It's like, really? Nah. It's nothing against him, but if it improved my team, I'm willing to have a conversation. Yeah. My boy say, not me. I'm still Team Pickens. That's cool. And that's cool, man. Cause see, I'm telling you, your counterparts, man, they turning fast. I'm talking about a lot of people that was coming at us. It was people coming at us. These you got Boss and Lou out there trying to trade him, man. What the fuck wrong with them? I said, bro, it's only one person that I'm even entertaining the thought for. It don't matter. It's the fact that you're open to it. I'm not open. I'm not open to trading him. I'm like, all right, well, I am. You know, if I can get a better position of value and improve my team overall, yeah, I mean, it's a tough business. So, you know, and I know you are, Shedrick. You riding to the end, bro. You riding all the way to the, you know, whether the wheels on or off. You Pickens, you a Team Pickens no matter what. You ain't trading nothing. You ain't entertaining nothing. You ain't even open for it. Did he say ain't no team go give up 2 first-round picks and pay him? Let's be real. Well, you know Larry Tunsil got 2 first-round picks, right? You know that? Yeah. Yeah. See, I don't understand why y'all say never when it's happened before. You know what I'm saying? I don't get that. It's a precedent that some teams have done that. Guess who's one of the teams that's actually giving away first-round picks for a receiver? Your Dallas Cowboys. They did it with Galloway. So, you know. I know you holding on, but I also want to let you know it don't have to be 2 first-round picks. It have to be equivalent to 2 first-round picks. So if you get a player of the right value, that actually equals that as well. So it's not necessarily just the 2 first-round picks; it's the value of 2 first-round picks. If you go look at the non-exclusive and how it reads. So, no, it's a possibility, bro. I know y'all holding on for hope, but right now none of us know what's gonna happen because right now everybody talking. Jerry talking to teams, and let's keep it real. See, Jerry was saying the same things about Michael. What was he saying about Michael? He was saying, oh, man, Michael's going to be here. We plan on Michael being here. We just got to work it out. We just got to talk and da-da-da-da-da. But then when they traded him, they started talking and saying, you know, the whole time we were shopping him, you know, we already talked to the Jets about Quentin Williams and we was talking to Philly. See, y'all ain't know that, though. So the whole time he was saying we're going to keep and we have plans on keeping, you know, Michael Parsons. So that's why when he come out with that, hey, yeah, man, when I told Pickens that we have every intentions on keeping him, well, why you having an open relationship, sir? Sticky. Sticky, man, I ain't gonna eat Sticky, bro. Listen. My boy say, Sticky said, what the F is up with the people? Are dick crazy about Pickens? Bro, I'm gonna tell you what's going on, bro. But he still got traded. See, you keep missing the point. He got traded for 2 firsts. So did Ramsey. You know what I'm saying? So it's a possibility. That's the point, Henny. It's a possibility. People just like, it's not going to happen. It's nobody's wants it. It can happen, bro. It really can. We don't know. But see, let me explain what's going on. You can look at the combine and know what's going on. The combine tell you why it's a real possibility. What's going on the last day of the combine? Go look at the crowds day 1 and day 2, and then look at the crowd when the quarterback and the weapons came out there. What's the difference? Go look at the crowd and look how they get into it for them 40s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, look, they showed up when them weapons out there. See, weapons are packed the house. Yeah, it's a business reason why teams will be interested in Pickens. A business reason, yeah. So, all right, see, my boy say 2 firsts and an extension in the same offseason ain't happening though. Well, you know, I'm just saying it's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, period. And it's more than just Tunsil that's been traded for 2 firsts. It's happening. And again, I said it don't have to be 2 picks. It can be equivalent. So you can have a player that equals a first rounder. That if you read the rules of the non-exclusive, it's 2 first equivalent. The key word is equivalent. So I'm just letting everybody know it's a possibility. I know we holding on hope, but we'll see. But let's keep listening, because I told you I'm gonna only do 10 minutes of this, because it took me the first 10 minutes to say, boy, Jerry on that bullshit. Here we go. Listen.
Tag news today. Do you hope that that's a placeholder for a long-term deal?
Well, of course, it's the system deserves certainly that kind of interest in us. I expressed to him how valuable a part of the team that we think he is, I think he is, the kind of contribution he can make. He'll continue to get better working with Dak and working with the other receivers. So we talked about the future. We both reiterated how good it was for him to be here, and know that what we have in place assures that he will be here.
Lying.
As far as negotiation of terms and length of terms, we've had several outstanding players that have played under the franchise tag.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number 1 bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
Listen, y'all, I don't want y'all to fall for the fast talking that he's doing. What he said is we've had multiple players that have played under the franchise tag. See, man, listen, man, I really appreciate this right here. When y'all do this type of stuff, this makes my day. My boy Rodney dropped 50 bones. He said, boss, great video. Here's my top 5 free agents the Cowboys should target. Trey Henderson, I absolutely agree. I love that. Devin Lloyd, yep, I like it. Adofe, Brian Cook, I need to look at their films. I'm not gonna co-sign them yet. Boye Mafa, I need to look at his film. I'm not gonna co-sign that yet. I'm a fan of Pickens, but if the tag gets 2 first valuable picks, it benefits everyone. And see, more people are coming around to that ever since they learned what the non-exclusive is. They turning on them. Now, it's some people they riding Rodney. They ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? They to the grave they rocking. There's some Cowboy fans that said 2 first. I had people say that was fighting us. Oh, 2 first? I helped Pickens pack his bags. I was like, damn, you was just fighting us. Wait, I was in a space with you. And all of a sudden, you what? Yeah, it's people turning. So, and I appreciate the $50, man. And let me say this too. If anybody else feeling generous like that, I greatly appreciate it. Y'all go ahead and chunk that into your brother's Cash App. That way I can use it tonight when I get out in the streets. You know, so straight up tonight. Because if you do it like Rodney did it, I ain't gonna get that to next month. But if y'all want me to have a good time tonight and y'all feeling generous like my brother Rodney, go and put that thing in the Cash App. All right, and I appreciate either way. I appreciate it. Plus, they take out a lot of taxes when y'all do it like that. I ain't judging how you give it though. I ain't gonna tell you not to give it. You know what I'm saying? But if you really want to help your boy out, throw that thing in the Cash App. Yeah, and I want to say something real quick about that Cash App, man. Some of y'all been really taking care of your boy, man. I want to go to this real quick. Yeah, I just want to say something real quick. Then I'm gonna get back to what he was saying. Let me go ahead and get back. I don't want to get distracted, but I want to acknowledge some people, man. That I got some of y'all that do like Rodney. They'll just send, you know, and then. So I see what you're saying, brother. I see you trying to talk about how valuable are 2 late round picks. Well, I'll put it like this. I generally do prefer the commodity, the sure thing. I'm more so like you, bro. I rather have the commodity than the hope, because picks are hope. To your point, I agree with that point. The only reason I don't agree with your point, because I've also done a massive amount of research on the chances of being able to replace a wide receiver too. When you have an existing all-pro that's already in the house, it makes that transition into the NFL almost seamless. Almost seamless. It's a long history of when you draft a first-round weapon and put him under an existing all-pro, that shit go crazy. It's almost 100%. Yeah. And you know, my boss say, LOL, the first come if Jerry refused to match. Yeah, they get what's called the first rights of refusal, bro. You know, it's called the first rights of refusal. So, but it's also the fact that y'all got to realize that Jerry's out here telling y'all the opposite. So when he tell y'all, and like he said on that bus, that's why I got the goofy music playing, this tag guarantees that he's going to be with us. That's not true. It's actually the opposite. It increases the chances of Pickens getting away. It's just like if you got, and I'm just giving you a real example. If you trying to lock down your lady, you shouldn't be open to swingers. You shouldn't have an open relationship if you're really trying to have an exclusive relationship, because you know, you let your woman stay out there, somebody might win her, dog. You don't take that chance. And so that last thing that he said was, we've tagged multiple players. But where he's fast talking is they have not used a non-exclusive tag. Let me go double check that real quick. Y'all give me 1 second. Because I don't ever remember them using a non-exclusive tag. Let me ask GPT. Y'all give me 1 second. How many players have the Dallas Cowboys used a non-exclusive tag on? So at least ChatGPT okay, let me see. Okay, hold on. They saying the Cowboys have used a non-exclusive franchise tag on 9 different players in team history. Okay, I stand corrected. So hold on, let me look at the sources real quick. I just need to check it, because they might be thinking exclusive. Nah, they thinking exclusive. Yeah, because I'm looking at their links. I'm going to dig some more research into this, because what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to look at every one of their tags individually, because ChatGPT is confused, because ain't no way they used no, because I kept up with most of them. No, ain't no way. So anyway, all right, so here we go. So let's get back to it. Somebody said we're in an open relationship. Let's keep going, man.
Tag news today. Do you hope that that's a placeholder for a long-term deal?
Hold on.
Well, and I'd need my notes to go through any others, but we've got a great track record of working with players through this time. There are 2 different things. One is very clearly the Cowboys want George Pickens to be a part of our future. That's very clearly. That says that so clearly.
Oh.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number 1 bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
He said the tag says that clearly. No, it does not. Non-exclusive does not say.
and it has a lot of muscle behind it when it says it. So I'm clear with that. I was rewarded that he expressed himself in the way he did about how comfortable he was here, how much he liked working with Dak and his teammates, and he was looking forward to his future with the Cowboys. So that's where we'll leave it. I know the subject.
That's where we'll leave it. I ain't talking about it no more. That's where we'll leave it. No follow-ups. Don't follow up. Hey, listen here. Don't follow up. Yeah, Drell. I had to play this. I had to play this music, bro, because he clowning. This is just clown. This is, it's just typical Jerry. That boy say we're going to leave it at that. Goofy.
Is where are we? What can we do regarding a negotiation? That's just that. And the system's in place that if you can negotiate and it works for both parties, that's fine. If not,
the system's in place. If it works for both parties, y'all falling for that? Man, y'all better not be falling for that. Rebel, what would you tell your friend if your friend said, "Hey, I got a man, and he said that, it's okay for me to go out here and date multiple people, but he wants to marry me." What would you say to that friend, Rebel? Now he turned around and contradict himself. He just said the agreement. Didn't he just say the agreement basically guarantees that Pickens is going to be here? Then he just says and contradicts himself and says, actually, if it works out that we can, we find something, then that's cool. Man, golly. Rebel said, I will tell my friend she is single. Exactly. See, yeah. Oh, I'm finna play it. I'm playing the whole thing. My boy say play the whole thing. Yeah. Oh, like I'm chopping it up. I ain't chopping it up. I ain't spliced nothing. I'm letting the thing play. What y'all talking about? I'm letting it play. I ain't chopped up nothing. I ain't spliced this to my benefit at all. I let him just talk. And as he's talking, he's clearly contradicting himself. That's if I'm going to just take him at what he's saying. Got another super chat. He said, hey, boss, non-exclusive Tony Pollard. They did a non-exclusive on Tony Pollard. Dalton Schultz, they did one. And then you say they did an exclusive. Yeah, that makes sense, though. And it makes it. Let's be honest. If they did a non-exclusive on Tony Pollard, that actually makes sense. Because ain't nobody go give up no 2 firsts for no running back that was coming off a broken ankle. And ain't no way. And see, what they low-key did with them tags, those tags was about being able to get them at the cheapest price possible. If they did non-exclusives on them, that's because basically they knew nobody was gonna give up 2 firsts. But if you do a non-exclusive tags, it's cheaper than an exclusive tag. So they have not done a non-exclusive tag on no. I guarantee Tank ain't have one. I guarantee when they tagged Tank twice, not one of them was a non-exclusive. I bet $1 million. Yeah. So I get what they did. So they used the non-exclusive on the dudes that they knew it wasn't even a chance to get them 2 firsts. That was just about getting them at the lowest price. For sure. Like Schultz, 2 firsts? Of course not. Everybody know no team was gonna bite on that. That was just them tagging them for the cheapest price. But let's keep going.
Tag news today. Do you hope that that's
why does it keep rewinding?
For a long-term deal?
Well, of course, it's the system.
Oh, I see why.
Up a little bit. I'm sorry. Confidence to both parties. That's fine. If not, you play on the tag. So that's official now, and it's in place, and that's the way I look at it.
get it done.
You're gonna have to speak up a little bit. I'm sorry.
What's your confidence level getting a long-term deal done by training camp?
What's your confidence level of getting a long-term deal done?
So often when we've done franchise, we get long-term deals done. That's a lot of confidence there. Again, we really get a lot of deals done because we want them to be a part of the future beyond the franchise year, for it to be there. We've even gone as far as, just to remind you, that we basically have franchise like Dak twice. And so there's no question. That's why I'm trying to be real clear. Without a question, this is an expression on our part of what kind of person we think he is, what kind of player we think he is.
Putting a non-exclusive on him is an expression of what type of person we think he is and what type of player.
I think that in its own way says a lot right there. Regarding his representation, I can clearly work with his agent, not clearly to you, but clearly to me.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
You are fake news. Wrong.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy?
You are fake news.
Let me ask y'all a question. He say he can work with the agent, right? That's what he just said, right? Is David Mulugeta out there? Just asking a common sense question. Was David Mulugeta there at the combine? Let me go check my notes. Let me see. Let me go see. Let me go check. Let me go see. I just need to check my notes real quick. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see what happened last week. This is why the agents are documenting. Okay? This is why they're documenting. So last week, George Pickens' agent sets timeline for Cowboys contract talks. So you have no problem talking to him. He's out there. Did you talk to him? Not about the contract. And they came out and said that. Y'all know that, right? You know they reported that already? That they had no talks about his money. But yet you say you have no problem talking to him. Let's go look at the notes. Let's go look at the receipts real quick. July 15th. Okay, hold on real quick. It said Cowboys met with George Pickens. This is the George Pickens one. Let me go look at where they say they talked to the agent. Oh, here we go. Here's the receipt. You know, boss keep receipts. I have no problem talking to the agent. Cowboys officials met with George Pickens' agents yesterday, but nothing has really changed regarding serious contract talks.
Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
They haven't had any. That's why I say when I start listening to the first 10 minutes, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just talk about the first 10 minutes, bro. I have no problem.
I have no issues. We haven't met, as you well know, but we haven't met. but to the end that we can have discussion about him and other players that he represents. We understand the angst that's there, how he's representing and his goals of maximizing the dollars. And he clearly is accomplished enough to know the alternative to that is our job of managing the club and the salary cap and getting as much mileage out of the cap as we can. No mistake.
I hope y'all remember this. When this was the day he said, "I don't even know who he is." Man, this boy Jerry. But I do understand why, though. I'm gonna give Jerry's point of view on this too. I'm gonna give Jerry's point, because listen, y'all, there is a side to this where Jerry has to play this tough. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. It goes both ways. Listen, y'all, I'm just being honest with you. It does go both ways. Jerry does have to play this a little bit tough. You gotta. Listen, y'all. I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm not a Pickens fan. I'm not a Jerry fan. Jerry is not even the Cowboys. He's the owner, but he's not the Cowboys. See, I was a fan of the Cowboys before Jerry ever bought it. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to go in between when there's a time to have his back too. And I do understand, this is the key part. We got to keep in mind who he's dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So there's a delicate balance of him having to show the agent, bro, I'm not playing with you. I know what you do. I know what you usually do. I'm not that guy. So it's a balance with this too. This ain't just Jerry all being an idiot, right? Because he dealing with a guy that has a reputation of really breaking teams. So it's a balance to this too. So just being fair to both sides.
About how much we want George Pickens to be a part of our future. And I would want all of our fans to rest assured that I have every intention of working very good with his agent.
You have every intentions. You do? Well, why don't you go talk to him? He's there. He's there. I have every intentions. Okay. Didn't he tell you? Didn't he tell everybody? I plan to talk with Jerry at the combine. He's there. Now notice, why did he say, I want the fans to know that I have every intention? Why did he bring up the fans? What does the fans have to do with this negotiation? Why did you just bring the fans up? This is business, and it has nothing to do with the fans. It does. You know what it got to do with the fans? He want to make sure we happy. He's selling us. That's what he doing. This is a sales job. I want to remind y'all what Jerry said when he was talking to Micah Irvin. I want y'all to listen real close.
And my coach, Frank Broyles, got me interviews with all the great coaches of the time. This was 1965. And I interviewed Bear Bryant. I interviewed Paul Dietzel. I interviewed Woody Hayes. All of those that maybe not names anybody's familiar with that are listening. But these were the names. Pro football hadn't really made the top of the chart in terms of the sports page. But these were the names. Well, he got me interviews with all of them.
Listen to this part. Listen. If you tuned out, tune back in. Listen.
One of the coaches named Bear Bryant. You take the fake out of me, there's not much left, he said.
If you take the fake out of me, it's not much left, he said. With a big old smile when he said it. I ain't gonna play the clip because, I get a copyright strike, so I can only kind of do it like this and get my money. And shout out to Mike Irvin. That's where I got the interview from. Y'all make sure I support his channel. He got a good channel.
How about that? We're all selling.
You all selling? Who you selling?
We're not only selling the players, we're selling the fans. I'm the bear. I need to be the bear. And it was so enlightening to me to be.
It was enlightening that he told you that if you took all the fake out of me, it would be nothing left. He said that part was enlightening. I know, bro. I know. And see, what you just said is so real, bro. My boy say, boss, and people still take Jerry for his word is beyond crazy. You really have to decode him, because sometimes he just straight lying. And I get why, though. As a business, when you see all this love and support for Pickens, he is not gonna pull the Band-Aid off like a regular GM. He not gonna just, hey, bro, we feel like this best for our team, bro. He first go work the public. That's what he first does. He's gonna also work his media too. He's gonna slowly try to turn the fans against him before they do the ultimate cut him, if they intend to. And they go cut him and they go move on depending on David. So if David went in there and he playing too tough, yeah, Jerry already let everybody know. Y'all know, I played that clip 100 times where when they asked him, are you gonna talk to Pickens and his agent? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, listen, y'all know me by now. He literally said that. He said, y'all know me by now. I can be nice or I can be the other way too. So what he doing right now, the reason why he brought up the fans is because he's selling the fans right now. And I get it. It's a business. You have to sell. It's a whole, listen, I'm being all the way honest with y'all. Y'all want me to lie? You want me to tell you the truth? Being honest with Cowboy fans is risky. Being honest with Cowboy fans is risky. I was never wrong at all for knowing that Crosby for Pickens is a better trade. I was never wrong. Under traditional common sense football 101, you always, and Will McClay said it this week. They asked him, if you have two places of need, do you go with the position of value? He said, you always pick, and he said, always the highest positional value. Edge and premier edge has always been a higher value than receiver. One or two. I was never wrong. I was never in the wrong for saying that. But guess what happened to my numbers for about 2 weeks? Shoo, them hoes went down. I went from 4,000 to 5,000 views per video to 1,500. Some of them 700. Just as factual, just as much proof as I always do. But guess what my numbers starting to do right now? You want to know what they doing? Why? Because after they put that non-exclusive tag on him, now Cowboy fans starting to say, we can get two first? Shit, let me go listen to Boss Cowboy, because he was the one open to this. He was the one that was saying this. Everybody else was pandering. Boss was the one that was like, hey, you got to be willing to lose him if you want to keep him. The non-exclusive tag makes sense. I was saying that way before they did it. I can show you the clip of me saying that. Yeah. He said, "Hey, boss, he doesn't have to talk to the agent and be first in line. The agent has other clients, so it doesn't have to be immediately. Hey, bro, you know the combine over, right? It ended today, right? You know that? It ended today, bro. So if he ain't talked to the agent, it ain't happening, my brother. I just want you to let you know that the combine is over, dog. So he's there, bro. He's elected not to talk to him, sir. I know we want to believe, like, you know what I'm saying? Listen, bro, I'm going to just be honest. If she show up, right, and you trying to see her, and she never come out to see you, bro, she doesn't like you, bro. She didn't want to talk to you, bro. He said, you can't be honest with the fans because you're being dishonest in negotiations. Yeah. So I understand Jerry walking light on Pickens. I get it. Because if you direct with the fans, especially our fans is not wired to be tough. We're not wired to be tough. We're not wired like San Fran fans and Philly fans. We're not wired like them. We're not. It's because it's been so long since we've been to a Super Bowl. Our fans thirsty. Our fans want any kind of positivity. And if it ain't positive, they get antsy. They get like, they start panicking. I don't want to listen to boss. He's talking about trading Pickens for Crosby. Even though it makes sense, they still, I don't want to hear it. They start losing it. And I experienced it. I did. So I understand why he lying. I get it. I see why he pandering to y'all. I get it. I experienced it firsthand. I did. I was like, I was never wrong for saying what I said. Never. And the whole market is saying that I was telling the truth. The entire market. All you got to go do is go look at the top 100 list, and you'll see that it's a whole lot of people that rank the top 100 that have old ass Trey Henderson right there with George Pickens in terms of value. Yeah. CBS, ESPN, PFF. Yeah, all of them right there together. A old ass Trey is right there valued with a young Pickens. That tells you that the position of value was always on premier edge. So even when I was telling the truth, Cowboy fans was, I like boss. See, they liked me when I was saying, this is when they liked me the most. Oh man, this coach is dope. If you go, boy, this coach here, he's getting ready to, my number shooting, pew, pew, 5,000, 10,000 per view. Just pew, pew, pew. See, now I see why content creators pander. They pander. He said, your sound effects be crazy. I'm out. Yeah, talk to you later, brother. Yeah. So, yeah, he said, it makes more sense to draft wide receiver 2 for business, y'all. It does, bro. It does. Yeah, and you're right. What you just said, bro. They was focused on, if you listen to most people when they was fighting me, they was focused on one side of the ball. Yeah. And they still mad at me. Some of them listening now, they ain't coming in because they ain't ready to quite say, boss, you was right. They ain't quite ready yet. They gonna be there though. Like, I guarantee you this. This is the worst part about this stuff. I'm gonna tell you the worst, sickest part about this. All the same people that was pandering and the content creators that was pandering, saying stuff like, oh, he can go for 30 million and saying you should never trade. You know what's gonna happen if they end up trading Pickens? They go turn around and say, this was a good trade. Let me explain to you why. Now, when it was time to stay flat-footed with it, it wasn't nobody fighting with me but Lou. It wasn't nobody else fighting. I'm looking around, fighting for what's best for my team, and it's just me and Lou. But let them trade Pickens. Watch how them same people go turn around and start. They go just do a complete U-turn. They go, this trade, man, this trade was genius by Jerry. That boy say, boss, get on Mike Breezy here. Nah, I'm cool, bro. I ain't gonna say nothing about Mike Breezy. Mike Breezy, he got his supporters, man. His supporters are people that hate Dak. Listen, there's a window for every content creator. If you want to hate Dak, Mike Breezy is the guy. And I'm gonna let him make his money. Do your thing. You know, I'm over here trying to put out ideas to help win championships. There's, it's all types of content creators. So I ain't go, he ain't never said nothing about me. I ain't finna say nothing about him. Do I like his content? No. But I respect it. I'm like, yeah, do your thing, bro. I ain't got no problem. You know what I'm saying? Because then some of these people, man, like listen, bro, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't starting no wars with no content creators unless they on some bullshit with me. Real talk. So, let me get back to this shit. This shit crazy.
I have no reason to have an issue other than the fact that he represented Parsons, and we ended up making a trade with Parsons. But y'all heard me say before that had little to do with his involvement. That was more about just the situation, criticize me or not, about what Parsons was worth and a decision on our part.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
How many times did I show Parsons cap hits? How many times would I have to? Do I have to show that again? Y'all already know. Y'all already know, bro. He fast talking. But I get it. You got to sell these skittish ass fans. You do. You got to sell them. You do. He's the owner, so he got to go paint this picture. I get it. I've experienced it myself. I see why you lie to us. I see why. I always said a majority of our fans is like Mario Winans. They don't want to know. They do not want to know. I don't want to know. That's our fans, for real. I'm telling you, when I start telling the truth and I start saying, hey, bro, Jerry tripping on her. Oh, man. Or if I say, man, if I just say, I know, he said, why couldn't he talk to David? I think he should have talked to him. But I also understand Jerry's point of view. You gotta set the environment. But at some point you need to talk to him, bro. At some point you need to say, hey, what you talking about? I really wish Jerry did it like this. What you saying, bro? What's your numbers? Come on with it. Just come on with it. All right, man, I'm sitting on some cold ass Mountain Dew. Somebody said, what you sipping on? I got some cold Mountain Dew. I don't know what Mountain Dew this is, but this is the best Mountain Dew I've ever drank in my life. I've been killing this Mountain Dew. I'm full of sugar right now. He says, so yeah, I would want him to talk to him. I do. I would want him to just do it just straight up. I would want him to just say straight up, what you talking about? What you want? You say, yeah, we thinking about 45 million. That's what we talking about. You starting this with 45 million? Yeah, well, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Our number that we'll do Pickens for, 38. Cause we got too many max players. We just do. You know how this work. You know it's gonna balloon. We can't have too many max players. So just tell Pickens if he want to be a Cowboy, it's 38. If he don't, then we gonna get rid of him. It's team friendly or nothing. That's just what it is. And we like him, but that's the number. I wish he would just tell him, like, all these games and stuff like that. Well, we're not doing it. Well, you know, it's gonna be Micah again. That's what you wanted. Or let him know. Go deliver that to Pickens. It's not that we don't like him. It's not that we don't trust him. But we can only do so much. We got already too many max players on our books. And we trying to build a Super Bowl team. So we can't give everybody max contracts. You know that. Just tell them straight up. Shit, you know that. You know? But see, Jerry got to walk this tightrope, though. See, that's the problem. He got to walk this tightrope, to be honest, because the fans so sensitive. See, you know, if he just was tough like that, somebody say, if he come with 45, they better counter with 32. Like, I don't know why anyone of them play them games. It's like, bro, we know what the value is for this dude. Just tell him straight up, bro, we not doing that. I wish he would just tell everybody straight up, listen, if you gonna be a Cowboy, everybody got to get a haircut here. It's our way we do business. Every star got to get a haircut here. We want you, but it comes with a haircut, period. You go either give us an extra year, you go give us some valuable years, but everybody gonna have to get a haircut. Period. If you want to be a Dallas Cowboy, you not go get market. Just go ahead and accept that. And if you don't accept that, we put our foot down on that. And I'm telling you that now. So here's the non-exclusive. If you got a problem with that, then shop him. And we go shop him too. And then we'll come back and then we'll try to find the best proposal for each team. That's what we'll do. We'll just shake hands and say, hey, man, we tried. I just go out there and go, shit. I go after Brian Thomas Jr. and keep it moving. Straight up. That's what I wish Jerry would do.
You made a point to say you can work with the agent. The reason is, I guess, it's this issue because you made a point last year to say that I don't need to talk to the agent. I don't even know the agent's name. Do you regret how that narrative came out, or you make a point that I have no problem with the agent now?
Yeah, the regret is not at all the way it turned out.
I'm just telling how it worked.
I understand. And so I don't have a regret. Agents, attorneys, they're not the principal.
Oh, God.
They represent, as we all know, I don't have to explain to anybody that, they represent many players in this case, or an attorney represents many clients.
Hold on, real quick. My boy say Bateman, boss. What about Bateman? What about it? What about Bateman? Because I do want to talk about that. What about Bateman? Because see, Foots and LC, they got to doing some major exaggeration on my name. Major exaggeration. Especially LC. As usual. You know, he go pull that Karen shit. You know. So let's be clear on what I said. Y'all already know. But let's be clear on what I said. When I was doing film work, and neither one of them did no film work on the off season on wide receiver 2. They did no film work. The only person that was doing film work was me, Henny, and Landlord. And as we was doing film work, they would critique the film work, but without showing film work. So like when I showed the film on Keenan Allen, right? And Foots was like, he's washed. I told Bob, said he's washed. And I'm like, bro, we had thousands of people watch the film with us together that totally disagree with your ass. And see, I knew something was wrong with him when he said, I see a Tolbert just as much or just as good. I said, what the fuck? All right, cool. And so then I did another film study, and I was like, I was so mad by the time at the end of that, I was like, this dude said they on the same level, bro. He ain't watched no damn film. So this is what happened on Bateman. Let's be clear about Bateman and what really happened versus them two lying on my name. All right. So with Bateman in the offseason, I was looking for and was real clear, and you can see it from all of my thumbnails, that I was looking for a receiver that was a route runner. So, and the reason because, and I had a logic behind it, and I labeled it the Amari Cooper plan, because I wanted a guy that could run routes. So with everybody that we looked up, the first thing we started with was how much separation did they get. Bateman had 3.6 yards of separation. Pickens had 2.3. So that's when I started looking at the film on Pickens, and I was trying to see, why is his separation so low? Because 2.3 was bad separation. And so we was looking at the film, and I was seeing why. And I was like, oh, okay. I started seeing like he wasn't accelerating coming out his brakes. Sometimes he was crossing face and he was using his hands. I was going through the technical reasons why he wasn't getting separation. And so then after I looked at Bateman and you could see the 3.6, I said, based on what I'm looking for, a route runner, I would go with Bateman. And I put Bateman over DJ Moore. And then we end up acquiring Pickens. And so when we acquired Pickens, I was like, listen, I'm not finna change my stance. Bateman is a better route runner, but Pickens is better at contested balls and vertical balls. That was always my stance, and my stance was always based on evidence and film. But when they went out there and they tried to categorize me, especially AOC line ass. He tried to make it seem like I don't like Pickens. And tell me, I have receipts. It's like, you don't have more receipts than me, bro. On me. Like, I didn't delete none of my videos. If anybody want to see my work, you can just go look at my videos and see what I was saying. I ain't got no reason to hide from my takes. See, what's really going on is likely AOC and Foot's mad because they fucked up on Booker. Bad. Like Foots was over talking about he non-athletic and shit. And then as soon as they got him, we got him all of a sudden. Oh, and then he saw one statement that, hey, I want to go against Jalen Curley. I might have been wrong. I want to go against Jalen Carter. I might have been wrong. It's like, nah, you can't flip like that, bro. You can't just flip like that. Nah, if you had this stand, stay with that, bro. Just like I'm staying with what I said on Pickens. What I said on Pickens was true. He didn't get separation, but he was great at the vertical ball and contested ball. So when you say Bateman, I want to be sourced and talked about right. And I really don't appreciate them lying on my name like that and lying on my work. And they did that before. They both need to chill out on that clout shit. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. And that is not putting your team first. That's straight up. Yeah, that's not putting your team first. And that's messed up to be lying on somebody who did their work in the public. Yeah, and I'm not cool with that. I'm not cool. So AOC said, well, if you talk about, you got to be able to be criticized in the public, bro. I ain't got no problem ever with somebody having a problem with my opinions, but you're not finna lie on my work. And it's the second time both of them lied on my work. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Boy, these streets be wild. Whew, boy, just let off over here. So anyway, so let me get back to this Jerry, and then I'm gonna get up out of here.
And so I understand that. I've been doing this a long time, both on the field and off the field. And so I understand representation, and I don't get mad about it. I don't flare about it. I may not be getting the answers that I think is in the best interest of my side of the ledger, but I sure don't flare about it. I have no reason to flare about him because I've never even talked to him. And so
let me turn off the music. Yeah, it was some shots. Y'all heard that? Somebody got lit up. I'm in Oak Cliff, y'all. Somebody got lit up. Yeah, I'm in Oak Cliff, Rebel. You know how I get sometimes. It be like that sometimes. So I call it Afghanistan sometimes. Every now and then it get like Afghanistan. You be like, damn, they done got somebody. Like, for real. But let me go back to what I was saying. Did y'all hear what he just said about David Mulugeta? That's why I said I just needed to listen to the first 10 minutes. I'm going to still break it down. But the first 10 minutes is so much.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
I want to ask you a question. How does that make you?
Bottom line is that
hold on real quick.
To the end that we
wait.
I've had agents with their wives spend the night.
Wait. Let me go back to this real quick. That's why I want to turn off the music, because this is important. How does that make you feel to know that Jerry just admitted that he has never talked to David. How does that make you feel? Somebody said I can't focus. Someone for real got lit up. Hey, bro, you better be able to focus. Sometimes you got to just keep moving. You ain't got time to worry about stuff like that. Sometimes people just be shooting in the air. I can't be afraid because I heard some gunshots. You know what I'm saying? But that was loud. It sounded like somebody got lit up. For real. It happens too. So, how does that make y'all feel? Now, even though David has a reputation, is that really responsible for to not even talk? Never? See, that's what makes me say with some of this it's personal. What about David makes you say, I've never even talked to him? How do y'all justify that? Now, I know a lot of people want to blame Micah. You didn't even talk ever to David? David sends out a signal. That's true, Rebel. That's real what you just said. I am used to it. For real. You do get used to it. You be like, for real. It's like that too. Hey, Rebel. How many parties have we been to, Rebel, that ended in gunshots? Where it became normal? Like for real. Like growing up in Oak Cliff, how many parties, it used to happen almost all the time. Like we'll be at a party and the way the parties ended was, I'm for real. That's how the parties would end. It'd be like, oh, it's time to go. They shoot. For real. I ain't trying to act like Oak Cliff just violent like that, but you do see violence in the hood. You do. Especially if you grew up in Oak Cliff. You be like, yeah, that's what it is. But let's get back to it though. It makes me say how much like he sent a clear signal. Hey, Jerry, I'm trying to talk to you. Let me turn off the music because I don't want people to miss this. Hey, Jerry, I'm trying to talk to you. And he clearly sent that. He did the documentation that, hey, David Mulugeta has basically let it be known that I'm trying to talk. And Jerry said, and kept that, I have not even yet ever talked to him. So let's just use our common sense. Do we not think that he was, somebody say Jerry scared to talk to that man? I don't understand, and I feel you on that, bro. I don't understand not talking ever. So, yeah, so like I said, I'm going to cover the first 10 minutes. I'm going to listen to the rest of this later. But just in the first 10 minutes, bro, I was like, boy, this is goofy. So it's a whole lot of people that was making it sound like Jerry moving different. So likely they talking about the parts where he gonna be likely. I ain't get to that part yet, but I'm gonna break it down later. They likely talking about him making promises of being more aggressive in free agency. Because I've been hearing that's one of the main things people have been taking away from it. Before I break down that part, this is what I'm gonna at least say about it. Because it sounds like he made some promise that made it sound like he might be willing to do some things in free agency. This is what I'm gonna say. There is potentially some evidence that they might want to be more aggressive in free agency because I keep up with this. Y'all know I do a good job of really keeping up with the details of this. Steven did say when they hired Brian Schottenheimer and they asked him some questions, they said, we're going to do a deep dive. Y'all remember that? And he said, we're going to do a deep dive, right, into, our free agents and our draft and all that kind of stuff. So, and they did put their toe in the water like I haven't seen them do. So yes, they did make a trade for Amari, but they did that in an emergency. That was in an emergency situation when they did it. But going out to get Pickens wasn't the typical Jerry free and Steven free agent moves. Going to get Clark was not the typical Jerry free agent and Steven free agent move. It absolutely was not Jerry and Steven to be able to go out and get Quentin Williams. That was never their method of operation. Never. So when I see, and Rose say, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you too. So when I see and I hear that he's saying that he's willing to be more aggressive, I can semi believe it because they kind of showed it this year. Because everybody knows me that I've been on their ass about showing the preferential treatment to draft picks, and I always thought it was stupid. I hated it. I hated the Our Guys philosophy. I thought it was the worst thing to do for morale. I was like, bro, how do you tell people on the team, these are our guys and these are not our guys? How does that help y'all be one? When you clearly saying we favor drafted guys. I hated it. So to see the move, like to where we're seeming like we're willing to pay free agents and target free agents, it's almost like they did put their toe in the water and was pleased with the results overall, right? Because if you really believe in your draft and develop strategy, you do got to commit to it, and they did commit to it. But then after a while, it's like they start saying, yeah, we kind of being insane. We keep being too cheap. We keep going after nothing, but we keep trying to build this team through drafts. And they built some good teams now. Don't act like they didn't. I don't care about them being cheap. They have built some good teams. Don't act like you wasn't cheering for them 12-5 teams. Don't lie. Don't act like you didn't feel like we had a chance when we was 2 games from the Super Bowl 3 years in a row. Don't act like we just was out there with some more bullshit. No, them Marshalls mixed with them draft picks did make some good teams. But the problem was when we was usually 1 or 2 players away, where you just needed a good Band-Aid here, a good free agent here or there, we didn't do it because we was too biased to the drafted guys. Perfect example, Bobby Wagner wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy. Dan Quinn was recruiting him, and we said no to him because of the drafted guy, LVE. That was the wrong move. It does seem like, I'm going to get to that part. I haven't listened to that part yet, but I'm going to listen to it. And I'm going to say this, even before I listen to it, if it's coming out like what people have been saying, where he looked like they are really getting ready to be aggressive, it's a possibility. It really is. So I haven't got to that part yet. I'm just responding to the first 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes, though, is straight bullshit.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number 1 bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
This is a fantastic question. I love this question by Queen. She said, do you think it's because he's a brilliant brother? I hope not, Queen. I hope not. But I will say this. Some of the shit that he said about David has been insulting. Like in this very interview right here, to sit there and say that you don't even know who he is. Y'all remember he said that? He said that in this interview. He said, I don't even know who he is. You don't know who the number one agent in football is? It better not be because he a brother. I can't say that yet. But at the same time, I'm looking at this shit. And I'm looking at your pattern. I bet not find out he the only one you ain't never talked to. Because you talked to Todd Francis. You talked to Todd Francis. Yeah. And see, Queen, you know, it's a shame that we have to consider that. But we'll also be foolish not to consider that. You know what I'm saying? If I see a pattern, I'm going to call it out. But right now, I don't see a big enough pattern to call it race yet. But I'm going to be looking. I'm going to be looking. Rebel, you so funny. Oh, man, Rebel, you are funny. So anyway, if somebody say it's all ego, for sure. And see, let me say this before I get out of here. Man. Right, Queen. He ain't even called a brother. That's weird, Queen. I can't lie. That's basics. That's basics. I ain't gonna never talk to the agent. And see, then that's why, like, let's think about this. That's why people that'll say, Micah Parsons, he was so unprofessional. He laid on that bench, and that's when Jerry was done with his ass. We gotta be fair about this shit too, y'all. Don't be such a front office like defender to where you can't see both sides. Just imagine that you Micah Parsons, right? And you on the field and you seeing Bland agent out there talking to Jerry, and Jerry and them out there chopping it up with the other agents. And then you see Ferg agent out there, and Ferg and Jerry out there. And you over there like, motherfucker ain't even called my agent back. I know my agent done showed me he called Jerry 50 times. And you watching him on the field. Woo, Ferg agent, you so funny. And you over there, you like, damn, he ain't even called my dude back. And then when we see Micah, like, God damn, he's sitting on the table, right? And he's sitting on the table like, dude, motherfuckers, man, I swear, bro, I'm still ain't practicing. I ain't had one practice yet, and the season getting ready to start. This dude ain't even called my agent back. And he's sitting on that table like, this is the last preseason game. How am I gonna be ready to play? And he mad. And what did the fans do? They went at Micah. They did not go at the fact that Jerry did not even make an attempt to talk. And just admit it. I've never talked to him. So listen, man. The goofy music is perfect for the first 10 minutes. Now, I'm going to get into the promises he made later, but I just listened to the first 10 minutes, and the first 10 minutes was trash. It was full of exaggerations. Now, some of them I understand. Like, I do understand lying to the fans. I get it. I get why he be twisting words on, hey, we really, really, really want Pickens. Yeah, because I've experienced myself the danger in telling y'all the truth. I've experienced the wrath of Cowboy Nation when you tell them what's best for them. I've experienced the wrath when I was over here saying, why are y'all trusting Jay Tua, a rookie, to be your one tech? Why? It never works. When I told that truth, it was a whole lot of Cowboy fans. Boss, shut up. You're being negative. You got to give a young bull a chance. Why are you always negative against you? I'm like, bro, I'm telling the truth. That shit has never worked. You trusting a one tech that's in the 7th round and it take them 3 years to cook? Like, I'm over here telling the whole truth and common sense. And Cowboy, it was a lot of Cowboy fans hated me for the truth. You know why? They wanted to feel good about the season. They was skittish. And they didn't want nothing negative, even if you're trying to correct the team. So I'm doing these campaigns and everybody knew I was pushing hard for one tech. Wasn't it? Y'all remember this?
Is it the shoes?
Y'all, who was out here loud about we need a one tech? We need a real veteran. Oh, boss. It was the edges. Oh, y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember people were saying, hey, man, Brian Browder said that they was attacking the edges. And I was like, I already showed y'all they was attacking the corners, but it wasn't just the corners. It was also that middle. And I showed the film. My boy say, boss, hit up Vach and try to get him on the show. Yeah, he ain't nothing but a phone call away. He cool like that. Like, I ain't never talked to Vach and he said no. I swear to God. I've never talked to Vach and say, hey, Vach, you got a second to get on the show? He's never said no. So, yeah, we gonna likely do it. I also want to respect his time, too, because I know he also is completing his first year. So I want him to stay focused on being the best he can be. I don't want to try to pull his time. I want him to focus on being the best Vach he can be right now. Because to be honest, Vach represents us all right now. He is the representative of the content space right now. So, you know, I want to be very careful to let them people that's representing us be the best they can be. So, you know, because the last time he came on, just to let y'all know, I said, hey, Vach, we just need 15 minutes. And so when he came on and we was talking about Booker and all of that kind of stuff, I appreciated him because he was like, I said, Vach, it's 15 minutes. And he said, come on, bro. Like, let's roll. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, I really want you to go so you can get back to studying for the draft and getting prepared for .com. Now he was like, let's roll. And so, you know, Vach has been just, and let me tell you one of the dopest things he did. Like, after the draft show, he did a tour with everybody. Everybody. Like, he did a show with Star. He did a show with Amp. He did a show with Landlord. He did a show with Henny. It's a whole lot of content creators that's not even close to where he is, that's bougie as fuck. And you don't see them doing no content with no up and comers. None. Vach ain't moving like that. Especially lately. Shit, I ain't. So, you know, I ain't got no problem. He doing his thing. So anyway, just to kind of answer your question on that, you know, Vach situation, I hit him up, but I'm gonna hit him up when it's the best time for him. You know, I think the best time to probably hit him up is during a dead period when everything is slow. That'll be the ideal time because, you know, ain't no football going on, you know, and so like around July, that'll probably be the best time to do something with him, just to let y'all know. If I'm being fair to his time, just to be real. So anyway, man, that was the first 10 minutes of this. I'm going to break down more of this because I know a lot of people love it when I break down this type of stuff because I really get deep. Yeah, Star is smart. I love Star. I love Star, and me and Star be fighting our ass off. I don't know why people think I'm a clique. They think we got a clique over here. They think it's the Lou, Boss, Star clique, and Henny and Landlord. No, we all individuals. Every one of us. Like, we don't kiss each other ass for nothing. Like, if they really watched us, we ain't no clique. It's like when we disagree, we box hard. Y'all ain't been watching them Boss Lands? Man, them things been intense. Shoot, they be having to check on me afterwards. Boss, you cool? I'm cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know? Because, man, we be meaning it, bro. We fight hard for what we believe. Every one of us. So, you know. So, anyway, he said, boss, will you be pushing your draft offs or doing all right with him and Brian? Yeah. Oh, yeah. We starting the draft content next week. But listen. I don't just do draft content. I'm going to just let y'all know right now. Free agency is in 2 weeks. So I mix the two. Because I don't just do content to entertain. I do content to win. So if I'm doing content to win, yeah, my boy said, I fought all of y'all. Yeah, we all fight. I love fighting. Fighting is good. I like fighting because that make our ideas more polished. My boy JV say Thursday was very intense. Yeah, it was intense. We don't be but it don't be no bullshit, bro. When we fight, it be real. It ain't no acting. When people saw team trenches versus team weapons, that wasn't for show. That wasn't for engagement. That was, hey, meet me in the arena. If you got a problem with what I'm saying, shit. Yeah, and my boy say, or Skywalker still think he's one smart cookie. He is. He very smart. He's smart. I ain't gonna never say Sky not smart. He's smart. You know, it's a lot of smart people in the space. You know, we got a lot of talent in the space. A lot of talent. You know. So anyway, so yeah, Star is smart, man, and I love how she's bold in her takes. But anyway, man, I want to give y'all the updates that I got because I feel like they was huge. But some of them understand. I do understand him straight up lying. I do. I get it. Elder Lockhart, what's up? She say, I'm back. Man, glad to see you, my lady. But nah, those updates was huge, especially the fact that he came out and admitted in broad daylight that I have never talked to David Mulligata. That if you're a fair person, that should change you. That should change you. That should make you say, Jerry, what are you doing? Please don't do that with Pickens. Because something got to be wrong with you to not ever even talk to the man. How do you get to the week before the season and you never talk to the man? There is no way possible that you are so in love with that you have to speak to the principal. Nah, you can't be that locked in to your way of doing business to where you never even have a conversation. So anyway, man, I'm never gonna let these people bullshit me. I'm not gonna let people lie on my work. I'm not gonna let people that's insiders bully us because they over here like I'm the insider and I say so. You're never gonna get any of that here. And I'm gonna tell the content creators this: if you don't want no problems with me, if y'all feel like I'm too aggressive, stop sneak dissing. Cause I really don't give a fuck about what most of y'all saying at all. For real. I don't care. But if you start lying on my brand, like AOC was, like Foots did, I'm gonna publicly say I got a problem with that shit. Cause I work too hard to bring the truth for people to be lying on my work. And I do my work in the public. So if you go allude to my Bateman take, say it right. That's one. And then two, I would say this: we all need to keep our eyes open for real. That's the key to this. It's like, keep your eyes open. Don't close your eyes to what they doing. Because yes, I have the Dallas Cowboys back, but I also need to have the Dallas Cowboys back by being fair on what's really going on. And there's something wrong when you hear Jerry admit. See, I give you a pass the line for the fans because I know the fans can be skittish. I get why you have to sell the fans sometimes. I get it. It's your business. So you can't just be like the Mavericks who just pulled a Band-Aid for Luka. The fans showed they will protest you. I get it. I get that lie. And I really do understand your line on that. And not telling them the whole truth, because I've learned that our fans can't handle the truth. A lot of our fans can't. Some can't, but a lot of them can't.
You can't handle the truth.
I'm just being real. I've learned that myself. I've seen the fans protest my content because I was telling the truth. On Crosby, I didn't tell no lies on that. And it still is the right thing to do because of the positional value and because of all the chain reactions you get from that potential trade. Am I open to other stuff? Yeah, but I wasn't wrong on what I was saying. And my boy say Luka still hurt. And it hurt because of how they did it. They just snatched the Band-Aid off. Like, just woke up in the morning and he was gone. It fucked the fans up. See, Jerry and them don't do it like that. Jerry, what they go do first is they go do a campaign to make you hate the player first. See, that's why Jerry did a tour. When before he did what he did to Micah, he did a whole tour to mess up the name of the agent. The agent said stick it up his ass. See, think about that. Now you're saying you never talked to the agent. You sneak dissing again. But then you said you talked to the agent when he said stick it up his ass. So which lies the truth? So anyway, man. And my boy said my Crosby take is an opinion only. No, it's not. My Crosby take is backed by a bunch of facts. I don't know what you're talking about. No, it's not an opinion only. Everything in the world says that I'm telling the truth on that. All you got to do is look at the draft. The draft itself saying I'm telling the truth on that. I know you want to protect Pickens or CeeDee Lamb because I'm open to trade either one of them. But we not going to lie on position of value because we like them too. I'm not going to lie on it. Y'all might, but I ain't going to lie on that. The position of value of a premier edge has always been higher than any receiver. That is not an opinion. That's why every draft, edge, tackle, and quarterback are first off the board every year. So no, that is not an opinion. That's a fact. And I stood with the facts. And I stood with the real football one-on-one. I didn't abandon the fundamental rules of football over a preference. And I won't. Because I know what's best for my team. And everything that I said fully aligned to all the coaches. Everything. I have not said anything that didn't align to them. Both your head coach said games in won and lost in the trenches. Did he not say that? Okay. Yeah, you just heard Parker say games in won and lost in the trenches. I ain't lying on that. That wasn't an opinion. That's a fact. I'm just one of the content creators that got the nuts to go against the crowd and don't pander. I knew y'all love Pickens, and I knew that I was going to pay for it. But when it's the right thing to do, sometimes you got to sit there and take the bullets, bruh. You take the bullets. Like my boy Day Walker have seen me go against the crowd many times. That's why he respect me. Day Walker didn't always like me. Day Walker didn't like me for a while. He didn't. But then after a while, he was like, damn, boss don't be mean and bad. I might not agree with him, but I know boss trying to do his best to say what's right. So now Day Walker be like, bro, just talk your shit, bro. I know it's pure passion, and I know you believe what you're saying, and you got evidence with what you're saying. I might not agree with it yet, but I know your heart now. Because me and him been rocking a while. He know how I do content. He know I ain't trying to pander. So now if I say something that's outside the crowd, it don't shock him. It don't shock. Daywalker will sit there and say, let me think about it. Because, see, I know Boss. Boss ain't going to just put no shit out there without thought. Especially seeing all these bullets hitting him. No, that wasn't opinion. Everything I said was a fact. And Will McClay also said it. Will McClay said you always go with the higher position of value. So guess who's still staying flat-footed right now on that idea? Me. And the only thing I feel bad about is that pressure did bother me. Because I was going to do a video on that we need to do a non-exclusive tag on Pickens. And I didn't do it. You know why? I felt the pressure. I didn't want another video with just 700 views on it. I was like, I ain't even talk about that shit because Cowboy Nation don't want to hear it. I swear to God. And then they did a non-exclusive tag on it. And I was right the whole time. And guess what's now starting to happen since they put that non-exclusive tag on? My numbers going back up. You know why? Because Cowboy Nation starting to say, who was the person that was talking about being open to trade? Damn, it was Boss. Let me go back and be open this time. So now my numbers starting to go back up 2,500, 3,000, 4,000. But when I was just staying flat-footed like, no, shit. We talking about Crosby, dude. What the fuck? Boss, why would you hurt the offense like that, boss? It's like, why are we talking about the offense and not talking about what I just gave y'all? Why y'all always say that I'm hurting the offense and y'all never talk about what I gave you on D? And y'all don't talk about the fact that I'm trying to give y'all pick 12, which is also becoming more and more realistic. This is the last thing I'm going to say. You better keep your eyes open because that Crosby thing is becoming more and more realistic by the day, y'all. It really is. If you really, really, really pay attention, now Jerry and them are openly talking to teams. The Raiders go be one. Ooh. Yeah. Now Tate ran that 40 and Tate was only a 4.5. That means he might drop. It's becoming more and more realistic. Now, I already said it was a long shot for that trade to ever happen. But if you looking at the chessboard, you like, this shit line up. It's starting to line up. Then a lot of people, they was in denial, like the Raiders wouldn't want that deal. The Raiders, see, they want 2 firsts. It's like, let's not act like we don't understand how this works. 2 firsts. They want the value of 2 firsts. That's what they're saying. See, people trying to be technical. They don't want a player. They want 2 firsts. No, they want the value of 2 firsts. Pickens go give you the value of at least one of them first. Easily. So then you trade the other first. Player for player. And it's done. You might have to, yeah, it's possible, bro. Give up pick 20. Yeah, it's very possible now. And all you got to go do is go look at day 3 of the combine and you'll see why they would want to do it. Go look at how packed the stands was when them weapons was out there. Go look at the stands. Just go look at day 1, look at day 2, and then look at day 3 when them receivers was out there. They was not lying when they say offense sell tickets. So then when you think about the Raiders getting ready to get a quarterback, and we all know that you want to probably partner him with an existing number 1, it's looking more and more realistic. I don't know if that marriage is gonna happen, but they getting close. They starting to. Yeah, cause see, yeah, they put a non-exclusive on that boy. Yeah, they talking. And Daywalker said it. Yup. That non-exclusive put that thing in play for real. Daywalker, it did. It really did. When we was talking about it, it was a long shot. I was openly saying, I just want to keep the conversation alive because I really believe that it's going to help my team. It's going to make my team extremely dope. So, anyway, man, it's your boy Boss Show Me. Man, I always appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'm glad that people starting to come around and now people are openly saying that they're open to the trade versus when I was saying it 2 weeks ago. Y'all was pulling out the whips like me and Lou was fresh off the boat out of Africa and being welcome to slavery. Y'all was beating the shit out of us. Y'all was boycotting us. Y'all wasn't looking at our content. Y'all was acting like we didn't exist. But now that they done did the non-exclusive tag, oh yeah. Now people starting to come right back to the people that they abandoned. And But I would say this, learn to recognize when people telling you the truth the first time. When people telling you what's best the first time. Don't wait until it's obvious. Learn how to see it when somebody proposing an idea that's genuine. So man, it's your boy about Show Me. I'm so happy my numbers are back up. I have to take a note to never shy away from what's true, regardless of the protests. Sometimes I gotta just stand on it. That's a lesson to me. Is you gotta be able to take the bullets if you're really serious about winning. You can't. I have to learn to say, hey, if the fans protest you, at least you went out saying what was best for them. It's your boy Boss Show Me. Map. That first 10 minutes was straight through.
Another one.